Natsuki, you're just going to leave your earrings on the table like that? Just put it over there.
Good.
Don't cut this part. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Small Talk Japan. On this show, we talk about all things Japan in English. My name is Mitch, and I'm here with...
Natsuki.
Hi, Natsuki.
Hello.
Why are your earrings on the table over there?
Because it hurts. When I wear the headphone,
Okay.
it hurt me. That's why I took it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you wanna say roll that intro?
Sure. Roll the intro.
Okay.
Do.
God damn it, let's sing it. One of these days, you're not going to sing it. It'll be better. Anyway, Natsuki, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, I seems like I have hay fever, like runny nose, cough. That's it, no fever.
Yeah.
And my eyes are itchy.
Yeah, that's called hay fever.
Okay.
I've had the worst allergies this year. Like for the last 3 weeks, I've just been nothing but... Last week we did this very serious video. Let's start the show talking about that. So last week, we did this very, very serious video about China.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know if you guys watched it, but we were very, very... Like somebody said, I don't know if we deleted the comment or something like that, but like somebody was like thinking that video was real.
Oh.
Right? It was a comment. Somebody was like...
Yeah, there's a comment that said, like, I clicked off as soon as he said no pollution and no crime.
In Beijing. But like the video that's on the screen is this like super obvious, like... There's 2 videos that have just been like superimposed over each other with like this blue sky that's totally fake and like very polluted and gray Beijing on the bottom. And he's like, I clicked away right away. This is just propaganda. It's like, well, it's April Fool's guy. Not a real fucking video.
Yeah, somebody believes it. Maybe Chinese people who commented.
No, I don't think any Chinese people follow this podcast.
Right.
not mainland Chinese people anyways. But like no, it was called Totally True Talk China.
TTT.
TTTC.
TTTC.
I mean, like, how did you not get it? Like, that was so obviously like an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you should say it's a joke. Hey, April Fool.
If you do that, then it ruins the joke.
Yeah, that's right.
In other news, on another channel that we produce called People of Kagoshima,
I checked it.
Murakami. If you guys haven't seen this yet, it's going to be taken down, so go watch it as soon as you possibly can. Ian Murakami comes back.
He's back.
He's back. Last year, he reported on his job as being a lookout for kaiju, Japanese monsters. And the entire video, this is last year's video, but the entire video, he's not looking at the camera, like during his entire interview. And at the very, very end, he looks back, or he looks at the camera to say something, and like monsters appear behind him.
Okay, so can we watch the last year video? I mean,
yeah, they're both up right now.
Okay,
but there's a show producer, Alex, and he hates this.
Why?
Because he's British, and British people aren't fun.
Okay.
And so I hope he's watching this episode. And so so he's like, okay, I'll leave it on the channel for 1 week.
Okay.
So it's gonna be taken down like tomorrow or something like that.
Oh, because it's People of Kagoshima video. That's
yeah,
why.
so it's super serious.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I really liked it.
I mean, we could cross post it on our no, we'll just leave it on there. Anyway, so he's gonna delist it soon. So watch it if you haven't seen it. But this year, Ian Murakami is back.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest movie that I've ever seen.
So Ian Murakami, who's played by Hayato Orita. Okay, first of all, Hayato he's been on the show before, and he's mixed. He's 75% Japanese, but he's born and raised mostly in Japan, and then for his like teenage years, he was in America. So he's got this really weird sense of humor, and like we don't script his thing at all. We just sit him down, and like me and Josh were in the room. It's just like me, Josh, and Hayato, and we're like, Hayato, this is your job, with like very little preparation. I'm like, this is your job. Give us an interview. And the stuff that he how long did we record him for? It was like an hour.
Yeah, the recorded video was about 50 minutes long. And he just kept talking about the most random things.
Some of the things he said, I was just like, it was really funny. And if it wasn't a government-sponsored YouTube channel, I would have put them in there. But I was just like, yeah, that's too edgy. We can't leave that in the video.
Yeah, he's a true genius. He's a genius.
I don't know if he's a genius or an idiot, but he's definitely something. Josh, what was your? Because I edited the video. You shot it and I edited it. What was your impression when you first saw the Ian Murakami cleanup specialist?
When we filmed it, I was kind of thinking like, It's gonna be kind of funny, but it was a lot funnier than I expected. But because of the editing and like how much effort you put into it, it was really funny.
It was also it was a complete rush too. Like okay, we don't have like a 3D like a virtual what is it VXEX artist? What are they called? Why am I not thinking about this? VFX. We don't have a VFX artist in our studio. Like we don't have somebody who's like gonna mold like 3D model a Godzilla character and like have it attack Tokyo. We can't do that. So like I'm stuck using like stock footage from our stock footage sites that we use. And even then I was able to kind of get it pretty good. Like
that was pretty good.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
And then like I condensed what he said for 55 minutes into I think 3 minutes. And so it was just like the highlight reel of all the funny things that he said. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's like bunch of Japanese humor is in it, I guess.
It was, yeah. And then the thing is like we had to translate what he was saying into English as well. And that also required some like, you know, finagling the words and everything. And so yeah, it was fun making that video.
Yeah, that was fun.
The totally true talk China video was super rushed because me and Josh had like no time. We're like, we came in the studio, filmed it. I had like crazy allergies. I was like, just rush, get everything filmed. And we edited it like right then and like uploaded it and then had to go to an event afterwards. It was crazy rush, but you know, it was funny.
I haven't checked it yet, so I will.
Don't watch your own show.
No.
Natsuki, come on. Don't bother. I'm kidding. Anyways, did any of your like Japanese like YouTubers or personalities or companies do any April Fool's stuff?
Oh no, but one of my friends did April Fool to his husband, and that was
to
not
her husband.
Yeah,
probably?
to her husband, but that wasn't even funny. So my answer is no one did around me.
Josh, did you see any good April Fools out there? Like this year was I mean Linus Tech Tips is a big YouTuber that I follow, and his April Fool's video was kind of lame. It was like growing potatoes. It didn't make any sense. It was kind of stupid. Did you see any good ones out there?
No, I didn't really see any April Fool's videos this year.
Yeah, no one really tried that hard.
So you guys did try hard.
Yeah, but like we had to like fight to make Ian Murakami's video because like Alex is like, no, I don't want to do it. Let's make it serious. I'm like, come on, it'll be funny.
That was good. I really enjoyed it.
Now you have been pretty tired or annoyed recently because your child is entering kindergarten.
Right.
And you're having to do something that I find incredibly Japanese and super interesting.
Right. I did. What I did was, I prepared many things to let my daughter go to kindergarten.
Yeah.
So the most annoying thing I had to do was like I have to name everything her stuff, and then even like crayons. Is that English?
Yeah, you have to write her name on every individual crayon.
Every single one I have to name it, and then
not name it. You have to write her name on it. You're not like saying like Peter and Mary. Okay, you have to write her.
That's cute. I want to name every single one. But anyway.
How many crayons? 12 or 24?
Maybe 12. Yeah, okay. That was 12.
So you have to write your daughter's name on every individual crayon.
Yeah, crayons and her uniforms, her socks,
her bento box. Wait.
Water bottle.
Was it you or was it Yuki's yochien or kindergarten that has like they have school lunch every single day except for one day a month? Whose was it? Was it yours or hers?
No, neither of us. Like some other yochien maybe.
Oh, so this is something. Sorry, continue with the name thing, and then we'll talk about the one day.
It's okay. You can still.
No. I want to know what else did you put her name on?
PE uniform.
PE, not P uniform. PE uniform.
PE uniform.
Yeah.
Her hat. Everything else. Chopsticks. Fork, knife. I mean fork, spoons. Everything. Chopstick, fork, and knife. I mean spoons are in the one box.
Yeah.
We call it oshokuji setto. And then luncheon mat. Is that English?
What did you say?
Luncheon mat. It's like the mat that they can put their lunch on it.
I guess you just call it like
sheet,
a lunch mat.
Lunch mat.
I don't know.
I don't know why, but we call it luncheon mat. I don't know what a chon is, but anyway.
Okay.
And anything else? Like I have to write a name, a lot of it, and it's very troublesome. Because their things are very tiny, right? Yeah. But I have to write a tiny name on it. My eyes are so hard. I mean, get tired.
So, and then on her uniform, do you have to write her name or do you have to sew her name on, right?
Not my kindergarten, but our friends' daughter's kindergarten, they have to sew their name on their PE clothes.
And you can't use a sewing machine. You have to do it by hand, right?
I don't know. Maybe they can, but do you have sewing machine? I don't have sewing machine in my house.
No.
No, right?
No.
But many things are very troublesome. It's from long time ago and haven't been changed. That's why it's troublesome.
Josh, when you have kids, you have this to look forward to.
Yes.
I'm just gonna buy a label maker and print all of them in one go.
Apparently, you can get a stamp and stamp your kid's name on everything.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but still troublesome, right? You have to name a lot of, stamp a lot of things.
I also learned that you said the shokuji set doll, the food set.
Mm-hmm.
Some kindergartens require you to make a bag for that, and they require you to hand sew it.
Right, that's what my daughter's kindergarten too. But I'm not good at it. I can't sew.
Yeah, no one expected you to be good at sewing. not a single person that's watching the show was like, that Natsuki, I know what she's good at, sewing. Not a single person expected that.
What kind of person do you think I am?
Because I know what kind of person you are. Because they require you to hand sew the bag.
Yeah, they are testing mother's love.
Because they require you to hand sew the bag. There are companies out there that make what would you translate it as? It appears as though it's hand sewn.
Exactly.
Bag.
Yeah.
That you can just buy off Amazon.
So.
How fucking Japanese is that?
But I
have a rule and then have somebody just tell you this is how you can break that rule.
Yeah, loophole. And then I asked my in-laws to make those because they are good at it.
Okay, so you didn't even do the Amazon route. You just asked the in-laws.
Yeah, I bought some fabrics and then asked them, please do it for us.
So there are kindergartens out there apparently that give your kids school lunch every single day of the month except for one day, where they require all the mommies to make a bento box for the kid to bring to school.
Right, it's been changing, but some old style school, and then some people believe that's a good way.
And I'm like, why? And the only explanation I got was it's to show love from the mom to the child.
Right.
And I'm like, how inconvenient is it that they, every single day of the month, they provide food for your kid, except for that one fucking day that everybody's probably going to forget. Mm-hmm. I would forget it.
I mean, get rest for one day. Mommy can rest.
Dude, hire more staff. Oh, mommy can rest? Mommy's got to work.
I know.
That's weird.
Yeah, but those kind of kindergarten, probably mothers don't work. That's why they can do it, right?
Let's go into our story about this, actually. Actually, but let me go. Wait. I have to reorder the news now, damn it, because we're talking about kids. All right. Here we go.
Are you segueing something?
Segueing. You just said a very nice word.
Thank you. I'm learning.
Okay. Japan sounds alarm bells as it moves to tackle falling birth rate. As you all can probably already guess that they're not actually doing shit and the birth rate is not going to change. But let's read. Although still on the drawing board, the steps in this new plan envision raising the income of the younger generation by magic, thereby allowing couples to make plans to raise a family. A more opaque proposal calls for changing the overall social structure and entrenched notions regarding childcare. So magic solutions, they're going to make everybody have higher wages and change everybody's thinking. It called for seamless support to all households raising children. So how are they going to do that? There's no information about it whatsoever.
I don't know.
This is Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's plan.
Spreading some money. But the other day
wait, hold on. There's literally nothing in this about what they're going to do. They're just we need to do these things. Let's have some meetings about it, guys.
It's always happened, they tell big things, but not detail. And then we don't know what's going to happen,
Usually what they do is they take our tax money, which I pay more of than most people that I know. And they take that money and they give it to their crony friends to do some bullshit thing that's not effective. There's zero whatsoever data taken. They're held to no standards, no results. And then they said, look, I did a thing.
Right.
That's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Maybe they're going to do the same thing.
Why do you think Japanese people aren't having kids? Let's just do a little survey here. I'm not married. I don't have kids. He's married, doesn't have kids. You have 2 kids.
But they might gonna have some, in the future. Right, Josh?
In the future, but there are things that are stopping me from having children now.
What's
significant hurdles? Most of the things that are stopping anybody in Japan from having kids is economic, financial.
Yeah, that's 100% what's stopping me right now.
Also, your wife is really young. She can wait.
Yeah, that's the other part.
Good. I was old when I had a baby.
I was old, so that means that you're older now.
Yeah, I'm old. Anyway,
you're 39 years old. Shut up. I turned 40. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Mitch. I turned 40.
Happy birthday, Mitch. And I will be 42 in July.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, we're not talking about you. We're talking about the children, the future of this great nation of Japan.
Okay.
Which aren't being born because the economics are all fucked up.
And then also, I don't know, but economic is one of the big reasons, but
the only reason.
Yeah, but I saw the survey about the young generation, and then they said they don't want to get married, right? Not even want to get have children, but also they don't want to get married.
Well, if you ask why, okay, so imagine that everybody in Japan had a good paying job, okay, they had normal working hours, and then free time and to meet and mingle and to fall in love, get married and have kids, then more babies. Problem is that because of the economic situation in Japan, because of just years and years of, I'm going to just call mismanagement of the economy by the government, what's happening is that more and more pressure are being put on the younger generation to work longer, work harder for less wages. So, I mean, like, look at me. I don't think there's a day that I don't work. I don't have like a day where I just like sit around and do nothing. Like, I'm basically working every single fucking day. And like a lot of the people that I know are either, working full time with a lot of overtime or doing like 2 jobs.
Right.
Right. And so how do you have kids and raise a family in that atmosphere?
And also, I saw the survey, and then they said like long time ago, like Showa period.
When we were born.
When we were born,
yeah.
Like they had nothing fun in that days. I mean, no entertainment.
So they fucked each other a lot.
Right. But like these days, we can get.
Oh wait, you said these days. I thought you said Jesus for a second. I didn't know where you were going with that.
No. These days.
Okay.
Anyway, so we can get like go good food by cheap, price. Or
you're not making a valid argument to not fuck. Fucking is fun.
Fucking is fun, but we have more. What make me to say something like that? No. Anyway,
that's the question we want to ask
you. We have something. That other than fuck.
Fucking. Fuck's a weird word. Anyway. Yeah,
we have many entertainment things. Oh my God.
Are you getting like turned on over there? What's going on? What's going on? Do I need to leave? No. Jesus, lady.
Turn the air conditioner here.
Okay, yeah, maybe we could turn on the air con. That's the problem. Anyway, look, hey, I understand that your theory of that before we didn't have entertainment options, so, right. Sex was a bigger thing to do. I would suggest, sorry, I'm coughing here. I would suggest that it's not that it's that people are literally just overworking themselves to death. Because if you go back to the Showa era that you're talking about, one man with one job could support an entire family and have a house.
Right, that's true.
And now in Japan, you can barely eke by with 2 people earning an income. That's the problem. And the problem is, if you look at the GDP, and just go and Google it, the GDP of the three top GDP nations, the United States, China, and Japan, the GDP of Japan has been exactly the same since basically the bubble burst in the 90s. So the GDP is just flat. China leapfrogged us. I mean, Japan was GDP. It was the second largest economy in the world until 2012. Someone Google that, please. But it's like, it since it became number 3, it's just sitting there, and I think number 4 is Germany, which is going to overtake it. Well, it's the 4th one because they say the European Union, but or not. I think the European Union is the top economy, but that's kind of cheating, right? what is it? I think it was 2012. China becomes second largest economy. 2016. So in 2016, China, with their super awesome Xi Jinping, he's awesome. You just watch the video. But again, they have a billion people. Japan has a 10% of their population. So, Japan is swinging pretty way out of their league, but still, if we don't fix the economy in this country, nothing's gonna matter. Like, the kids aren't gonna be born. That's the problem. Is the economy. Is the economy stupid?
What they gonna? Who is going to change the economy? The top people.
Well, okay. I'd be honest with you. The very first thing that I would do if I was king of Japan, I'd probably fire half the government workers.
Oh, really?
Just straight out, just lay them all off.
Yeah, they're old.
Well, not only are they old, that's just ageism. Fuck old people. Natsuki. No, it's not about old people. It's about there's a lot of useless workers in the government. Okay. There's a lot of bloats. So the government is not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like a hardcore like right winger or I'm not one of those anti-government people. I just think that the government in Japan is bloated. It has a lot of unnecessary waste, and it needs to be cut down. I would do the same thing that Silicon Valley companies are doing right now. They're going through their rosters and saying, are these people necessary? And just combing out all the unnecessary people. I would do that. Then I try to figure out ways that we could reduce taxes on individuals, especially on individuals, and then also to rein in. There's a lot of bullshit taxation that goes on with like if you're a small company in Japan, you get taxed. If you're a restaurant or a bar or something like that, you hide all of your income because it's all cash, so you don't pay taxes. And then if you're a big corporation, you get taxpayer money. It's all fucking cronyism and bullshit. I would clean that up. And then I would make real investments into education in this country, because one of the biggest problems with Japan, Japanese people don't speak English. That's a huge problem. When the world stage has, we've talked about this with Alex before. You get all these people in a conference from all over the world. Everybody's mingling and talking to each other. The Japanese people are a little island in the corner speaking Japanese to each other because they can't speak English.
True.
Okay, so no business opportunity is going to happen from that. So I'd make English education in Japan real, not the bullshit that they do. Okay. And two, I'd invest heavily in science and technology education in this country, because I didn't put it in the show today, but Japanese universities are basically a joke right now on the world stage. Like, people go to Japanese universities, they don't learn shit, they don't do anything, and then they graduate, they get into a company, and they do a job that has nothing to do with what their degree is. It's like a really dumb way of running an economy. And it's based on the idea of the bubble that happened in the late 80s and early 90s, and that's never going to come back. It's never coming back. So let's make the economy, I don't want to say great again, but let's make the economy more efficient and actually make intelligent investments in the future, and stop having old, stupid men who don't understand anything make decisions of where the funding goes. This is a big problem that Alex has in his position in the prefecture here. He's constantly saying, why are you guys wasting money on this? This makes no sense. Put it here, do this with it. This makes more sense. And they're like, well, we already had a meeting about this, and we've decided to do these things, and that's what we have to do now because everybody's income's on the paper. He's like, what is this? That's the problem. That's the problem.
They don't like change, right?
It's not just change. They don't like to learn.
Okay.
They don't want to learn. And you have to, it's so frustrating. Anyway, let's just go to the next story, because this might fix everything. So Chinese ships stay in Japan waters near the Senkaku Islands for a record time. They're there for 80 hours, 36 minutes. They're basically Chinese Coast Guard ships come in, encroach on Japanese waters, and the Japanese Coast Guard goes and intercepts them, and they have a radio or a communications argument, and then eventually the Chinese leave.
What people in the world are thinking about this? Are we going into the war?
So there's nothing that will kickstart your economy like having a nice old little war. I'm serious. I'm totally serious. wars, I hate war. I don't want war to happen. I think it's stupid and I don't want it to happen. So that's my official stance on this. But if you look at the history, what war does is it allows you to do a lot of like magical things in your economy because like, you know, leaders take like charge and they pump a lot of fake money into the economy, which then gets erased by the fog of war and everything. And so war can, you know, going to war might, you know, kickstart this economy. I'm just kidding. Don't actually go to war, Japan. I don't want you to go to war. Don't go to war.
Okay, no. I mean, you're kind of scaring me.
Well, I mean, let's
look at me, my face.
Let's look at the history, okay?
Full of like sad face.
Let's look at history, okay? So you got Europe, right? You got all this like old problematic people with all the rules and all this other bullshit. Then you had a world war. Then you had another one, okay? Then a lot of lines on maps got redrawn. And there were a lot of economies out there that like really, really benefited United States. And then long term, actually, Germany benefited from it. And then there are, you know, a lot of, you know, it was the golden age. It was the big bubble because everybody went home from the war and had sex and had kids and had the boomer generation. That was generally seen as a good thing. The end of the war, not the war, right?
End of the war.
During the war was kind of shitty.
Yeah, but we have to get through it.
We're not going to go to war.
I
hope we don't go to war.
You're scaring me.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. It's basically one of two things are going to happen. The Xi Jinping is going to be overtaken, and like some like sane people will start to manage that country, or we're gonna might maybe go to a hot war over Taiwan, especially.
I hope not, but you know, I'll take it.
You're gonna take the war?
No, I take what you said.
Yeah, okay. No, I mean, it's getting kind of scary because I mean, I'm not a China expert, but from what I've read is like basically Xi Jinping has no idea what's going on in his country anymore. And all the people below him are afraid to give him information. And then all the people below him are like, I think this is what the glorious leader wants me to do. And so they're doing a bunch of like nonsensical things. And one thing that is happening that the United States military keeps saying is that the Chinese military keeps being aggressive towards the American military. And like their jets will fly like unreasonably close to the American jets, the spy jets and things like that. And so what their leaders are saying is like, hey, if you guys keep doing this and there's an incident that might send us into a hot war. And you don't want that because a hot war is not going to end well for China. Even if they launch all their nuclear weapons in the United States and cause World War III and there's like massive casualties, that's the end of China. There will no longer be a China like for the rest of, you know, existence of humanity. Because like it's the same thing with Russia. Russia could hurt the whole world if they go to nuclear war. But if they do that, that's the end of the Russian people forever. They're forever gone. Now, I mean, the whole world gets fucked up as well, but like it's called MAD for a reason. Mutually assured destruction. It means that you fire a nuke, you're done. The whole world is done.
And then
what's going to happen? There's no. Well, if according to Star Trek, we get the Enterprise and replicators and Q, but we got to go through World War III before we get there, which is supposed to happen. Zefram Cochrane makes his space flight and meets the Vulcans in like 30 years. But they also there's a World War III in the middle there somewhere.
What you were saying is like so real to me.
It's not. It's the plot of a TV show. There is a podcast.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just gonna lighten this up. There's a podcast. I forgot the name of it. It's basically like these people who are like young people now are watching Star Trek: The Next Generation from the 80s and 90s, and they're like reacting to it. It's the most fucking hilarious podcast called Newbie Star Trek is what it's called. Okay. It's so good. It's so good because like they're watching it through modern eyes, and like half the shit that happens in that show, like as they comment on it, it's just like it's so funny. It's great.
What's so funny about?
Well, imagine watching, I don't know, what's an 80s TV show that was popular in Japan?
Takeshijo.
Okay, Takeshi's Castle. Imagine a 20-year-old watching that show for the first time and commenting on it on like TikTok.
Okay. So it's new to them, but it's old. Like
yeah, it's new to them, but it's an old thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny watching a new generation watch this old TV show.
Okay. Like they talk about like new idea or different.
Mostly they make fun of like all the big plot holes and problems in the show.
Yeah, so, like how cheesy is it? Or...
It's not just the cheesiness. It's just like the character interactions don't really make any sense in some, especially in the early seasons. And so they're like, why is this person doing that? It doesn't make any sense.
Now I got it. It sounds like fun.
Josh
wants
to opine.
Oh, I was just going to say that Amazon Prime Video is going to reboot Takeshi's Castle, by the way.
Oh, really?
My God.
Yeah, that's what I heard, at least.
Okay.
Is it going to be like Japanese version, or is it going to be...
I think it's going to be Japanese version.
Oh, God.
Oh, sounds like fun. Yeah, I want to rewatch it because I don't really remember. Last time I watched that show, I was like 5 years old or 6 years old. So I can't remember the details. So.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, what was it called in English? Most Extreme Challenge?
MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
And it was aired on like the Comedy Channel or something.
I think it was like Spike TV.
Maybe Spike TV. And basically the American version of it just took the Japanese version of it and had two comedians just talk over everything. And none of the things that they said was translated from the Japanese. It was just absolute bullshit talking over like the TV show. And it was hilarious. And then the Japanese version was also hilarious because it was just stupid. Anyway, cool. Japan probed China Communist Party member over leaking farm data. So basically, Japanese police have investigated a male member of the Chinese Communist Party who worked as a technician in Japan for allegedly unauthorized disclosure last year of data related to high-tech agriculture, sources familiar with the case said on Sunday. Unfortunately, the dude is back in China, so they can't really do anything about it. So that's the end of the story. So he sold farming secrets. Those really important farming secrets.
Don't make it.
I watched Clarkson's Farm season 2. I'm super happy about that show. That show is so amazing.
What was the name of the show?
It's called Clarkson's Farm.
What is it about?
It's about a guy named Clarkson, and he has a farm. It's a British, old, kind of overweight guy who he's been a reporter or a TV personality for his entire life. And during the pandemic, he's like, I'm going to buy a farm. And so he bought a farm, and it's like his TV show about farming. And I've learned so much more about farming from this comedy TV show than I've ever learned from like actual serious documentaries and stuff.
He looks like a guy from, Yabba Dabba Doo guy. What's the name?
Yabba Dabba Doo guy.
What's the name of the call?
The Flintstones?
Yeah.
Fred Flintstone?
The Flintstones. Yeah, Flintstones. The real version of Flintstones.
I just want like a video feed from the inside of your brain to play on a little television right here. Like
Homer Simpson.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just nuts in there. Like, I don't know what's going on. But
I want to watch that too. I want to see inside of my brain what's going on.
You can't see inside of your head?
No.
Is that the problem?
No.
Did we figure it out?
Please.
Tokyo Ramen Shop bans customers for using their phones while eating. Basically, if you're going to eat ramen, get your ass in there, eat your ramen, get your ass out. And they noticed that once when we were busy, we noticed a customer who didn't start eating for 4 minutes. And then because he was looking at his phone. In some places, that wouldn't be that significant. But because this regional ramen from Hakata is meant to be eaten quickly and for impatient people. So basically, if you're in a ramen shop. And anyway, so this ramen shop banned phones. So they said no more phones.
Always that ramen shop, right?
Yeah, but it's becoming more common, I think. There are parties now where you come to the party and you put your phone in a box or a bag at the entrance of the house.
Really?
Yeah, they're called, I forgot they're called like disconnect parties or something like that.
It sounds like Japanese high school. Like, come to high school, put their smartphone into their like bags and leave it until the end of the day.
Oh no, not like that. Well, kind of like that, but it's like a party, so people aren't distracted.
Yeah. So like enjoy the conversation with each other, right?
So they focus on each other.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like that idea. I mean, not all the time, but I do kind of like that idea, like disconnecting sometimes. Let me ask you a Japanese language question.
What is it?
So how do you waribashi, which is like the chopsticks that you break apart and use? How do you count them?
Like
ichi what?
Zen.
Ichi zen, right? So what is zen? It's 2 things like a pair, right? So ichi zen, ni zen, right? Okay. This, how do you count this?
Pon.
Pon. Ippon nihon, right? Mm-hmm. How do you count a pair of jeans?
Right. ジーパンはね、1枚かな。
Nope, it's pon. Ippon nihon.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. That's not the point. You're supposed to know this shit. But anyway. Anyway.
You know Japanese.
I mean, you can say ichimai nimai. If it's all folded up, I guess you can say ichimai nimai. Anyway. Cool. So my question is, why is jeans, which looks exactly like waribashi before you've wadied it, right?
Right.
Why is that ichizen for waribashi, but it's ippon nihon for jeans? Which you didn't even know how to count jeans, so you don't know.
I don't even know how to count.
No, because guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, in Japanese, there's counters for things. So like paper is like flat thing, mm-hmm. So it's ichimai nimai, mm-hmm. And then like a cylindrical shaped object is hon, so ippon nihon, and like waribashi, the wooden chopsticks that you break apart, that's ichizen nizen because it's a pair. But for some reason, pants.
Yeah, waribashi and normal chopsticks are also zen, but pants, right?
You don't say ichizen nizen.
No, ichimai, ippon.
You guys, you want to know, if you live in Japan and you're a fan of the show, I'll teach you a party trick. Learn to write the kanji for kampeki. 9 out of 10 Japanese people cannot write that kanji.
No, I can't. I mean, I probably can, but it's not right, maybe. Like, I can guess it's kind of like this, but it's never like.
Well, there was not an expectation that you were that one person that could write the kanji, but most of your Japanese friends will write kampeki, and peki they'll write
kabe, right? Yeah.
And it's not the right kanji.
No. Mm-hmm.
So then you'd be like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's like that's a go-to party trick that you can learn.
Yeah, that's what Atsugiri Jason did on TV, right?
No, he wrote depression.
Depression, utsu.
And it's so many kanji strokes that's the joke. Yeah. It's like it makes you depressed because you take so long to write it.
Right. He did long time ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Okay.
Party tricks. That's what you talked about.
From party tricks to something incredibly bad. So video of the Sri Lankan woman who died in detention in Japan last year. I'm talking about her for a while. Their lawyer finally released 7 minutes of the roughly 5 total hours of government provided security camera footage showing how she was neglected, and then eventually was found dead in her detention bed. Have you seen that video?
I didn't have. I mean, I couldn't.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I hope whoever again, I'm American, and prisons in America are totally fucked up, and that there's a lot of shit that needs to be reformed in that, and it's disgusting. But for Japan, this is very unusual, and so I think this is, I think when we first broke this story, I think Alex was on the show, and he said that it just comes down to understanding that everybody's a human and having that that empathy for the other person. And so in this case, I honestly do not think that if she was a Japanese woman, she would have been treated like this. And I think that's what it comes down to.
It could be true.
So you have so you have like a little bit of like racism, and you have a little bit, I'm not saying that these people woke up in the morning like, I'm going to be racist. This is just, there are studies in America that show that doctors believe that black people feel pain to a lesser degree than white people.
Yeah.
Not because they actually think that, but because of the way that they respond to the patient's care and things like that. There's just studies that support that. And so they're not trying to be racist, but it's in there. You have to think about it.
Unconsciously.
Yeah, unconsciously. You have to actively root that shit out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope that her family gets justice. And I hope all the people who are above this death get fired, and that they're not allowed to be hired in the government again.
No.
Anyway, let's go on to a little bit of a happier story.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go to a happier story. So this starts off sad, but it gets happy. So there's these 2 mentally disabled people who are living in Japan, and a boy and a girl, boy meets girl, and they've been in love for 3 decades. But because that both of them, one who suffers from a mild mental disability, the other one who has a moderate mental disability, the 2 of them had stewards, and they're basically their parents. And their parents would not allow these two mentally disabled people to get married.
No, okay. Mm-hmm.
But then what happened is one of these people's mom, I think, started to get
Alzheimer's?
Not Alzheimer's, but dementia or something. And then so basically they're like, well, we can't take care of you guys, so fuck it. Get married. I'm serious. And they're 62. They're both 62 years old. This couple. There we go. There's a picture of it. Yeah. So they got married.
Congratulations.
I mean, I think it should have happened a long ass fucking time ago, but cool. Good job, guys.
How long they have been dated?
3 decades, 30 years.
Oh, okay.
So all of Josh's life, they've been in love.
Yeah.
And they finally just got, how many years did you know your wife before you got married, Josh? 30? 3. Factor of 10. Yep. So they got married. So
good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. That's a feel good story. We want many people to know that there are people like us. One of them said, I don't like naming people on the show, but one of them said, that, hey, there's people out there, valid people. That's cool. Spending by foreign visitors to Japan jumps 7-fold in 2022. The root of the story, the meat of the story is that, when you open your country to tourism, you get tourism dollars.
I see many, foreign tourists these days in our city.
I want to talk about this. So this is a problem that we have here locally. I'm watching these foreign tourists. Actually, Josh and Alex are going to go interview some of them in a couple of days, but they're just screwed. They come here and they're just completely fucked. They have nothing to do. There's no language support. No one speaks English. There's no English signage. They just like wander around. They're fucking lost, and they're just like And I watch them too. They're trying to find some place to eat or something. They have no idea what to do.
Okay.
And there's no support for them whatsoever.
We've been talking about this for a long time, but it haven't changed yet.
Oh, but those old men that are like, in charge of the Japanese government, they're going to do something about this, right?
Okay. Josh, what did you ask them about?
It hasn't done it yet.
It hasn't done yet. Okay.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Do you want the tourism money or not? I mean, if you don't, then just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
The goal is attainable if 20. So basically, they want to spend. The goal that what they want for this year is to have at least 28 million visitors spend basically the equivalent of $1,500 each.
Maybe in Tokyo they spend a lot of money, right?
Well, yeah, because you go to Tokyo and it's like, oh, English information, people who speak English, allergy information on the menu. I couldn't believe that I was in a restaurant the other day and like these Dutch people were trying to ask the owner, like, what's in this? And he's like, no English. I'm so cute. I'm funny. I'm like, no, you're not. You're losing the game, dude. Allergy information. That should be a no-brainer.
Right. Allergy information.
See, and the thing is it comes down to basic like logistics. Okay. If you see a menu that's handwritten with kanji, okay, there's nothing wrong with having that. Have that. Please have that. I mean, the tourists are coming here to experience Japan. That's totally cool. But that is not something that is digestible by a person who doesn't speak or read Japanese. So there's no way for them to, I mean, yeah, Google, you can hold it up at the camera and it can translate kanji and stuff like that. But if it's handwritten, it's like, I don't know, right?
They can't read it.
They can't read it. So they have no idea. There's no way for them to extract the information from that menu. If you write it in English, it doesn't matter what language you speak. You can type English into a phone and translate. Okay, so there needs to be some base accessibility that is just not provided for them right now. And it's just really sad. It's just really sad. And I think it's laziness. I think it's laziness and lack of leadership. So anyway, speaking of restaurants, 2 diners arrested over prank video in Yoshinoya Beef Bowl restaurant. First of all, Natsuki, have you ever been to a Yoshinoya?
Yeah.
What do you think about them?
Cheap, first. Still tasty. I mean, not tasty, but good. Okay.
It's not tasty.
I mean, it's okay taste.
Yeah, Josh, you're a foodie. What do you think about Yoshinoya beef bowls?
I mean, it's one of those places that you go when you're like in college and you don't have money. Like, it's not bad for the price and it's filling. So like when I was living in Tokyo, I went there sometimes just because I didn't have any money.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy and cheap protein and carbs, right? Anyway, I mean, I don't remember the last time I went to one of these places, but anyway.
Why not? You don't like them?
I just never think to go to those places. I think it's the reason was what Josh just said. It's like usually there's like college kids and high school kids in there.
Right, that's true.
So if I go there,
like salaryman.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know, just kind of mendokusai. But and I would prefer to support the locals, like the little mom and pop shops. Anyway, so 2 men have been arrested for allegedly harming the business of a Japanese of Yoshinoya because they had a video of one of them eating directly from a container of toppings meant for all customers. So the little red, what is that called in Japanese? I don't know.
Gari.
Gari. I know.
The ginger, right?
The ginger. Yeah. So like one of them was just eating directly from it from using his chopsticks that he's using, and they posted it to social media, and then the police arrested them.
The same thing happened, on the sushi round, go round, and
yeah. We reported on the show.
Yeah,
so you know that because you watched the show, right?
Yeah.
So
I did.
So anyway, so that it seems to be a problem, and in order to, because basically the police, they don't want these restaurants to suffer, because it's not the restaurant's fault that these people are doing this, right? So the police are making a show of arresting these people, making it a news thing, saying stop doing this, and so hopefully it stops. I mean, we don't need any more of that.
It always happened before, just social media and the smartphone. People have it. Maybe.
Yeah, there was a video about 10 years ago of I think it was a Yoshinoya employee who made a beef bowl and just put tons and tons and tons of beef on the top of the beef bowl.
Yeah.
I don't remember why this was a problem. Maybe they threw it away and didn't finish it or something like that. But yeah, that was viral, and then they got in trouble. So it's been a thing, but the putting your spit on other people's food, that's gross.
Yeah, that's gross.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
All right, so next story. My neighbor Totoro has a play in London, and it has bagged 6 Oliver Awards, which I don't know what that means, but it's apparently something that plays do.
Is My Neighbor Totoro famous in the world?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty famous. I think everybody knows who Totoro is.
Is that why Totoro is on Toy Story 3?
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay. Cool. Didn't know that. Or maybe I did know that and I forgot it.
Okay.
Toy Story 3. Is that the one where they Deus Ex Machina 5 times? They're like, and God will save it. Never mind.
No, he was in the daycare center.
With the purple bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pink bear.
Whatever. Dude, you have kids. You watch this shit. I think I watched it once 10 years ago.
Okay. I watched.
Dude, did you see that? Dude, did you see that viral campaign that they had? Not campaign, meme that they had where they would because they have a scene in Toy Story 3 where they're going into an incinerator, and they're like, okay, well, this is goodbye again, right before Deus Ex Machina. Anyway, and so there's people who are trolling the parents, and they would just play credits after that. So all these parents were like, what the fuck? So all the toys are just dead now? And they would videotape their reactions. It was super great. Let's bring shit like that back. That's great. Anyway, so stage adaptation of Studio Ghibli's classic My Neighbor Totoro triumphed at the Oliver Awards in London. I'm sorry, I just can't. I just keep thinking John Oliver Awards, which would be great. Oh, so there we go. It's on the screen. So, winning in 6 categories, the most among the nominees, based on the 1998 coming-of-age film about 2 young sisters who befriend forest spirits, or about the death of one of them. Who the play was named Best Entertainment or Comedy, while also winning awards for Best Director, Costume Design, Sound Design, and Set Design and Lighting Design. So basically, they won all the fucking awards. But anyway, I mean, it looks really good. It looks good.
Yes, I want to watch it.
Now, here's the thing, guys. I have tried to find leaked images of Totoro from this play.
But they haven't,
there aren't any.
No,
so
there aren't any.
There aren't any. And since I used to work in theater, I used to work for Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil.
I imagine, and I would like, if any of you have seen this show from London, please let me know. I think that Totoro's parts are probably a shadow.
Yeah.
Like a shadow puppet.
I think so too. Because, big stuffed animal appears.
It'd be fucking great.
Is it?
That'd be great.
And then they move only mouths.
Does Totoro move his mouth? He just grunts and snarls, right?
Right. But, still a big, giant, stuffed animal appears on the stage. I mean,
You're saying awesome things right now. I'm like, I want to see this play.
Is it?
I want him to fly and be huge. But I'm pretty sure it's probably just a silhouette.
Or like it takes a lot of money for make it.
Dude. Oh, he does open his mouth, I guess.
He did. Because I've been watching, Totoro so many times.
Because you have kids.
Yeah, maybe more than 100 times.
That's a little much. Did you tell your daughters that I think it's either the older daughter or the young, what's the theory? That one of them's dead?
What? The youngest one.
Younger one, right? Yeah. Did you tell him, like, she's dead, guys?
No, it's not even true story.
I don't know. The fan theory is pretty strong.
Yeah, that's why we say Toshi densetsu. I don't know how to say that in English. Like rumor, it's not officially. And then Studio Ghibli said it's not true.
No, we can't listen to them.
Oh, no?
No, we can't listen to
I
them.
believe them.
No.
Okay.
Japanese movie company scam? ? So the answer is no. But in this case, actually, the answer is yes. What was that called? I always forget the name of that. It's like this theory that, or a principle, like if a news headline has a question mark in it, the answer is almost always no. Sorry guys, like my voice is all over the place today because I'm suffering from very bad seasonal allergies right now.
Hay
like
fever.
Like the worst I've had in like years.
By the way, hay fever sounds cute, like hey,
But it's HAY.
I know, but it sounds same to me.
Japanese moving company scam. The time we almost called the police on a removal rep. So basically, this is a Sora News story. And this person was moving. And in Japan, you almost always use a moving company because just logistics in Japan is really difficult. You can't really move by yourself. And so he had a bunch of people come out to his apartment and quote like how much it would be. And then one guy came and he's like, here's your quote. And he's like, okay, I will like call you back later and I'll let you know. And then the dude said, the guy giving the quote said, I can't return until I get a good answer from you.
Oh.
And then the Sora News guy was like, what? That's weird. You should go home. And then he dogezad, which is like going prone or whatever it's called, like going all down on all forms, like for like hands and knees and like bowing to the guy saying, you have to, say yes to me or I can't go back to my office.
お願いしますみたいな.
Yeah.
Please.
He's like, if you don't, like, I can't go back to the office. Please help me. Like, they're going to kill me kind of thing. And so, like, the Sora News guy was like, can you please leave? I'm going to call the police.
Yeah.
So my question is to you, Natsuki, is have you ever had, like, a crazy pushy salesperson like this?
Not together, not the style, like apologize style, but like, please, if you don't sign up, I will be fired or I have...
What service was that? What was it for?
化粧品? Makeup stuffs. And I got that. なんだっけ? ナンパされた? How do you say that in English?
Somebody hit on you.
Yeah, hit on me. The women salesperson.
Oh, so you nampa. So somebody just approached you.
Yeah, approached me. And then I was a college student. So I went to the studio, maybe the makeup studio, because they said it's free. Yeah. And then I got
You are the type of person to do this. I always wonder, who follows these people to their place? It's like, you see the catchy outside, right? They're like, hey, I got this cool karaoke bar that you can go to, or I got this cool restaurant that you can go to. Are you looking for fun? And I always think, who the fuck follows these people?
I was only 18. I
still think that you'd probably do it now.
I don't think so. I learned from it. But anyway, so I almost buy those stuffs, and then I went home and then realized those stuffs are very expensive and I don't need them. So I said I want to cancel, and then the salesperson called me again and again, and then she started crying, and then if you don't buy those stuffs, I will be fired. And then I go like, oh really, sorry. And then I hung up.
So you didn't pay for it?
No, I only paid 1000 yen, and then, for like, なんだっけ? 事前のお金? How do you say that? Like,
just like the payment, the first like money down.
Yeah, and then I don't need that back, and then goodbye. I hung it up at home.
Josh, how about you? Have you ever been pushy sales like that before?
Yeah, I had a problem with the NHK people that go door to door.
That's not sales. That's just like harassment.
Yeah. That's the only thing I had, but like it was like right before I moved away from Tokyo, and they came to my house, and then they were like, do you have a TV? And I said, no, I don't have a TV. And then he said, well, I have to check. And I'm like, okay, fine, check. And then I didn't have a TV. And then afterward, he's like, well, do you have a smartphone? And I was like, yeah, I have a smartphone. He's like, well, you can watch Japanese TV on your phone, so you have to pay. I'm like, but I don't watch it.
For you guys that don't know, in Japan, it's like you are compelled to pay for NHK, basically the BBC of Japan, and they send out people to collect money from you. And basically, since they have an app now on your smartphone that if you have a smartphone or a TV, you have to pay.
And then, did you see the news? Since now on, they will charge you like triple, like if you don't pay NHK money.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I watched that news like yesterday, maybe.
Well, good thing that I don't have a TV or a smartphone.
Yeah.
So I don't have to pay for that.
I'm paying, but many of my friends are, なんかピンポンってなっても出ない。If they ring the bell on the door, they just don't answer.
I've never been that I know of. I've never been visited, so I don't know. Anyway, so I don't. Oh my God! The other day I saw for the very first time in my garbage box outside where we throw away all our garbage. I've never seen Dudu Ihan stickers.
Okay.
Like the you broke a rule stickers. I've never seen that before. I saw it for the first time.
What they did?
Well, because like my apartment is in the middle of the city, so nobody follows any of the rules. They just like throw away everything all the time.
Yeah, but you saw the first time the sticker on it, right?
Yeah.
What they wrote it?
Oh, what was it?
What was it?
I don't know. It's like you can't. It's not a clear bag.
Okay.
Because again, it's the city, so people just don't follow the rules. They just throw away everything. So I think happened is that because it's April now, so I think that you get the new people in the position. They don't know that like people in the city don't follow the rules.
Okay.
So they're like probably from the countryside or something. They're like, oh, you guys aren't following the rules. So they put the stickers on it.
Yeah.
But that's everything in the trash box. They put a sticker on.
Did you remember the Alex's wife told about the garbage story? The area that she and Alex were living, they were so strict about garbage.
They still are.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so I saw this Dudu Ihan stickers. I was like, oh shit, what are they going to do? I think this box is going to be full by the end of the week because like no one follows the fucking rules. Anyway, they just took them all away the next time they came.
Oh, okay. So
I was just like,
it's
I guess somebody told the guys like, no, these guys don't follow the rules.
I want to bring my, things into your garbage can.
Please don't. It's a very small box. I don't need trouble from you, sweetie. Anyway, I've never been pressured sales like this. I guess I don't entertain people like this. When they start talking to me, I just like nope the fuck away from them. I'm like, excuse me, I have to walk away from you now. Last story today. Does Moss Burger's new muscle burger give you muscles? The answer is no, because of that thing we just talked about.
What is it about? Tell me the news.
It's just, okay, so the 29th of every month, Moss Burger is going to put out this new burger. It's because 29th is ni for 2 and Q for 9. So niku is how you would say it. Meat. Mm-hmm. So they're making it the Kiniku burger, means the muscle burger, on the 29th of every month.
And only 29th they sell.
And it's a new burger. And it has 32 grams of protein, which is important. I don't know what the fuck else is in that burger, but what does it say? I don't know. It says with only morphous. Okay, so it's a soy patty, chicken patty, and chicken nuggets.
I see. A lot of proteins are in it.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's gross. That's why muscle, because they need a lot of protein.
They have a guy in a poster as well.
Who is it?
Yeah, but he's like not muscular. He's like very, I don't know. Like if you saw him in a gym in America, you'd be like, dude, you'll get there.
I take a look at his ad just for a little bit, and then he looks like, I thought he's Nakayama Kinnikun, but he didn't.
No, he's like...
Who is he?
I don't know why they're using him as the spokesperson for Kiniku. I mean, you give me a week and I could look better than that. And I'm like...
Is he a boxer?
I don't know. Okay. Is he? Who is that guy?
I don't know.
Hey, Japanese person. Who's that person?
Maybe some famous boxer.
He is the Japanese pro wrestler Kazuchika Okada, known as the Rainmaker.
Maybe many people know, but I don't.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know why he's a spokesperson for muscles. Anyway, yeah. So that's been our show, I think, today. I don't know. The only thing I think I'm going to walk away from this show is one, that Totoro play looks really cool, and I want to go to England and watch it.
I want to too.
And two, apparently, you just are too busy to have sex because there's so much entertainment in your life. There's no more procreation in Japan.
Stay away from my private life.
You're the one that said it to me. You said it to everyone. Anyway, thanks to our patrons and everybody for watching today. Leave a comment below if you like today's show. Hit that like button, subscribe, and also all of the links to all the news articles that we talked about will be in the description of the video. Thanks so much. See you guys next week.
Bye.